everyone, and we are live with another episode of LSOP Live, and we have a different cast of characters this year. Still characters, but a different cast this year we had last year. And I'm Brian Jones, and next to me,
I'm Cecilia Dower.
And over on the other side of the room,
Sherry Bornhorst.
And Casey Bruton.
And we're going to be sharing some science with you today, and our theme for today is please try this at home, water and air. We're just going to show you a whole bunch of stuff that you can try at home. These are things we want you to do. We're going to start with Cecilia, who's got kind of a cool surface tension properties of water thing here.
Alrighty, so I'm going to take some water and pour it on a plate. Oop.
Awesome, and we've got a little water on the table, which is good, and it's actually making the ink run, which is cool too.
Yep. That will happen at home.
That will happen at home. Don't be afraid.
Yep. So this one is actually one that I learned from my science teacher, 7 years ago. And what you do is you're going to drop some food dye into a plate of water. And we're kind of getting an early reaction because I've already done the experiment with another plate, with another.
Whoa, look at that spread out.
Before.
Yeah.
But what happens is when there's soap, food dye, and water, the surface tension of the water is lessened by the soap. So you just put a drop of soap in there.
Whoa!
And it spreads out like that.
And I think that soap film has a smaller surface tension than the water, so it wasn't like the soap was pushing the stuff out. What's happening is the water is pulling. And Sherry's got another thing that uses this property of water. Surface tension of a soap film is less than the surface tension of water.
Yeah, so this is super fun. Nice, inexpensive thing to try at home. I would recommend doing this in a shallow dish like a plate or just a small container, because a lot like Cecilia's is once that surface tension is compromised, you got to refresh your water. So this is just a little piece of aluminum foil, and I cut it out kind of to be the shape of a rocket.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I was going for.
It looks pretty rockety.
Yeah. And I put a little notch in the back there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use a toothpick to get a little bit of soap kind of right there in that notch. See what we see here. Oh.
Whoa,
Get my hand out of the way here, Patrick.
There it goes.
Yeah. It just
Oh,
takes
whoa,
off.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a rocket right there. So a little soap. Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
look at that thing skitter away.
So it'd be fun to try out different shapes and see what you can find.
How about if you put it on the front? What does it do?
Oh.
Do you get anything?
Ooh.
Ooh, backwards.
Yeah, backwards. That's how you get back to Earth, right? When you
back
go
to
to the
Earth.
moon, you
That's
gotta get
right.
back to Earth.
Time to come back home again. And that uses the idea that like there's a surface tension of water. When we put the soap, the surface tension of the water actually pulls everything apart, pulls that soap into a big film and pulls the boat along with it. And next up, we have another thing where you got some stuff which is going to float on the water. And Cecilia, that is a rather attractive looking container right there.
Yeah, so I've definitely done this experiment a few times. But what you're going to do is you're going to take either some spray paint or nail polish. And if you use spray paint, please make sure that you get help from a parent or something like that. And you're just going to do some drops of nail polish. If you're using spray paint, make sure there's enough that you can see the color and like the film of it. And it's going to take a little while, sorry. And what you're going to do is something called hydro dipping, which is where you take some nail polish or spray paint that has, I forget, is it a different density or different surface tension?
Well, these have both. It's a different
Yeah.
density, so it's going to float, but also it's not going to have the same surface tension. It looks like the water is kind of like pulling that out into a really awesome, like nail polish film.
Yep.
Ooh, look at it. Wow, look at that pink.
Yeah.
That is going for it.
Yep. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take a glass container and you're just going to dip it where the paint is, right?
Whoa, whoa. And the paint
Super
doesn't
cool like
stick to
that.
the water, but it sticks to the container. That
Exactly.
is
And
awesome.
I have a couple other examples that I've done with this earlier.
You know, I did that to a pair of Crocs once.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did it
so I
work?
would recommend.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're Crocs, so it's like they're not going to be stylish footwear. We know this.
And if you want some that look like spray paint. This is what the spray paint is.
Oh my gosh. But I like the nail polish. That makes
The
it
nail polish
awesome.
is a lot
That
better.
works out great. I'm going to go home and do my Crocs tonight. My Friday evening plans are set. And this uses the idea that you have two fluids basically that don't mix. Like the stuff has lower density floats on top, and then it kind of spreads out into a film because of the surface tension. Casey's got like a fluid separation thing going on over here.
I do. So I've been calling these kind of your little at-home lava lamps. You can see here it separates this different oil and alcohol, and I'm going to show you how we did that. So all I have here is an old glass container. This was just a vinegar container that we cleaned out. I have some warm water in there, but cold water would work the same. I'll show you later why the hot water is helpful. But if you fill your container about 1/3 full with water, the other 2/3 with alcohol.
And this is isopropyl alcohol, right?
Yes, isopropyl.
And we've all got stashes of isopropyl alcohol around the house these days for the whole hand sanitizer thing.
It's true.
And it looks like the alcohol and the water mix pretty
They
handily.
do.
That's just like a single solution right there.
Now, if you take a marker, this is just a Crayola water-soluble marker. We did it with highlighters, but it's your experiment, so you try out different things and see what works best. Then, if you take the gel out, the juice, and it doesn't take
Oh,
much.
so you just took that's the thing that's inside the marker. Could we take
Yeah.
a look at that? Is kind of awesome. So you just took the little marker bit out.
Yeah.
And if you squeeze it, does some of the color come? Oh, yeah.
Just one little drop will do ya. Oh, come on, marker. Oh, that was a lot.
That's all
That's
right.
okay. So if I give them a shake.
And can we put that on a white surface so we can see it a little bit
Yeah.
better? That would be awesome.
Thanks.
That'd be awesome. Look
that
at that
looks pretty
nice
cool.
purple color.
Oh,
That is
that's
kind
beautiful.
of awesome.
Let's see if you can see behind it.
There.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now let me give them a swirl.
Awesome. Oh, that's actually a kind of a nice color.
Looks pretty good and mixed, right? But now if I take it and add in a whole boatload of salt.
That's a metric boatload. To the
That's right.
Give him another aggressive shake. Oh, it's going everywhere.
That's okay. It's the little.
Oh, yeah. So
Oh, my goodness.
now, if I let him sit and settle for just a second, do I need to shake some more? Well, in the
I'm
end,
thinking. Let's shake that some more. We're not giving up yet, Casey. Shake that thing. Shake that thing.
Give a 30-minute show
oh
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
you've
love
got time.
this smell. This is great.
Casey said you could do anything for 30 minutes. You can just keep on going. You keep on going.
It really
All right,
is
there you
coming
go.
back so quickly.
Let's focus in on that one there. Oh, I'm starting to see a bit of a change happen, actually. It looks like it's a little bit pinker at the top and a little bit bluer at the
Yeah.
bottom. Oh, yeah.
And that's all just from one marker. I didn't put in two, you would think I did, but
And I'm seeing, yeah, it's definitely differences in color. And I think what's happening is there's an alcohol layer and a salt water layer, and I can see those pretty clearly now.
yeah.
And it looks like,
There, that looks good.
so the alcohol, oh, that looks
Oh, that's
awesome.
pretty.
The alcohol dissolves in water, but it won't dissolve in salt water. So you initially dissolved it, but now no dissolve. And it looks like some of the colors in the markers, some of it stays in the water and some of it stays in the alcohol.
Exactly. You can go try this yourself, put in different pieces of plastic, see what floats in the different layers. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I like the different, and that was one marker, and it had two colors. It's got kind of a red and it's got kind of a blue, which I suppose makes sense if I'm trying to get purple. What?
We love primary colors.
Who knew?
That's for the art teachers out there.
And now we're going to do another surface tension thing that Cecilia has got. You got a container.
Yeah. So we're
And this
gonna
is a
try-
classic physics thing.
Yep, and we're gonna try and not spill water all over the table this
Oh,
time.
we're not going to spill water on the table. Come on. Well, should we work without a net, or should we have a container just in case?
Without a
Let's have a container up here just in case.
Just in case. Okay, I think that's probably
Yeah.
a sensible choice, and I don't make a point of being sensible, but I'm willing to do
I'll
it.
allow it.
And I don't know where we put the paper towels, so.
I've got some.
We've got
All right,
Awesome.
we're ready. We're
So
ready.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna fill a jar up to the top, and you're gonna take
That's just a mason jar, right?
Yep.
Just a
just
mason
a
jar.
regular old mason jar, and you're gonna put a playing card on top of it, and you're gonna flip it over super quick. And look at that.
And now if you, well, that's cool, but
Yeah.
can you make it cooler than I think?
I don't know. Let's see.
You're holding.
Oh,
What? Nice.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And let's see what happens when I take the card off. Let's see if the water stays.
Oh.
It's a good thing you had that safety net.
Very good thing we had a safety net.
And now Sherry has got an extension on this thing. This is a classic with the card.
Yeah, I just,
Sherry's
you've
got
seen
the
it once.
same thing going
You've
on.
seen it a
Okay,
million
here we
times,
go.
so why not see it again,
we go.
right? So
Million
mason
and
jar,
Mason
water.
jar with water.
Yep. Science is repeatable, right? We need
That's
to
right.
show that things
So it works again.
happen over and over again. So this time it's the ace of diamonds. She had a different card, huh? We'll see if
So maybe that she had a
seven.
seven. Seven.
Yeah.
And the ace trumps a seven, so I'm expecting more magical properties here. That's what I'm
yeah.
expecting.
So, yeah, it worked.
It worked.
It worked. Now, I don't know if you know this, Cecilia, but you don't actually need
How
the
did you do that? Sure, you can't one up me like
That
that.
is awesome. That
like
is
water
awesome.
just hanging out here. It's
Oh,
like ketchup. You can bang it out of there all day. Or tip it to the side.
So, what's the difference between my jar and your jar?
Yeah, so I cheated. Mine has a really fine mesh here at the top, and that's just a neat way of showing that the surface tension of water will just hold the water together in a nice layer there and keep it right there in the jar.
it wasn't magic?
Well, science is magic, right? Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
Magical.
That is an awesome thing. And now that's because of basically water's sticky. Water molecules have electric charges on each end, and water sticks together, and that gives us all those surface tension things. But water's got electrical properties because at an atomic level, it's pretty doggone electric-y. So Casey's going to show us something with this.
Yeah, so what I have here is this tray that we sprayed with something called Never Wet. It just makes the surface of whatever you spray it on hydrophobic. So it's going to repel that water. So if I just take some water here, and I'm just going to spray it past this plastic pipe, and it's going to help give this water some extra charge to it. So you can already see those beads are just running around on the surface of that tray. But if I take the pipe, and I get it all nice and staticky. See if I can hear it crackle. Oh, doesn't sound very Oh, there
There
it
you go.
goes. Nice and
I hear it
crackly.
crackling.
Yeah.
Nice
Now,
and staticky.
let me get it in here, and let's chase some water,
there they go.
hopefully.
Yeah, no, they're gone.
Oh, let me get some more charge in there. They should be just running around the tray, but if the things aren't nice and dry enough,
And it's pretty humid.
It
in
is.
here.
It is.
It
hot.
is
Yeah.
humid.
We've
Yeah.
had a lot of people breathing in this room. It might
Oh,
be.
there they
Oh,
Nope, there-
nice.
that's it. That's look at them go! Look at them go!
there they go. And so the charges
Oh, yeah.
on the plastic are just repelling those charges that are within those water droplets.
Awesome. And we can use the electrical nature of water to. That's how it helps dissolve things, because the electric properties of the water molecules grab onto certain atoms, etc. And Sherry's got a cool example that she's going to show us. What is on that plate?
I have just a glass plate here, or a glass bowl would work. Glass is just really nice to use with this one. And then a white plate here, just as background for the video. But what I've done is just taken a dry erase marker, and with all my art skills, spent them all on drawing the stick figure for you here.
Oh, that's awesome.
so,
That's very
yeah.
nice, Sherry. Did you do that by yourself?
Small amount of help. It's okay to ask for help, kids. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is just put a little water on the plate here.
And the dry erase markers are basically sticking. There's electrical forces that hold the marker to the plate, and then the water comes in and says, I'm all about electric forces.
Oh
What?
no! Your artwork!
Actually, it's better, I think.
I think it's better. The head? His head exploded because he was so excited about static electricity.
Yeah, and so a little extension, you could go back to your soap that we visited earlier, and you could, you know, add a little bit of soap there and
whoa.
go across the plate. So.
So
He's doing like
cool.
jumping jacks with an exploded head.
Yeah, today's show got a little graphic. Sorry.
And then water will dissolve things as well. And Cecilia is going to make some cotton candy for us. When you make cotton candy, you can make it with sugar, or you can make it with
We're making it with Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers. Jolly Ranchers are made out of sugar.
Yeah, they're basically sugar with flavor. And so today's cotton candy is going to be watermelon flavored because we had a lot of watermelon.
Sure. Save some for me.
Yep, so I'm just going to grind up some.
Grind up some Jolly Ranchers.
Yep, and I have some here in case this doesn't work. But
I might be done with that.
Awesome. So now I just have powdered Jolly Ranchers.
yep. And
Yummy. Oh, shit.
So I'm going to pour it into the bag because we have our own cotton candy maker here, but you guys probably won't. If you do, make sure you don't do this without
Actually,
a
I
parent.
see some classes on there. If you're with the Poudre School District, we've shared cotton candy makers with schools so they can do this very thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did it as a States That Matter thing.
Nice. So, if you have a cotton candy maker, you got to make sure that you don't pour it all over the machine because then it won't work. So I'm just going to pour it into a Ziploc bag and cut off a corner. And then I turned on our cotton candy machine a few minutes ago. It should be ready to go. And what happens is you take the Jolly Rancher
Whoa.
sugar and it melts it to the point where you can start to spin it. And
I'm
it
seeing what looks
becomes-
like a cloud up there.
Yeah, it's almost like a cloud. What happens is it gets super, super fine and it becomes a string. So we are gonna try and pick up the cotton candy.
Your carnival
go.
skills are coming in play here.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
beautiful.
Good call. That's
Alrighty.
some watermelon
$15
Jolly
right there
Rancher
for that.
flavored cotton candy.
Also, it smells amazing in here right now. So I'm gonna try and get as much as I possibly can. And
Awesome. And then let's go ahead and put that down on
Yeah.
that board. And then I would turn off the cotton candy machine.
I'm gonna make a little bit
I
more.
would turn off the cotton candy machine.
Are you sure?
Cecilia, trust me on this one. I would turn off the
Alright.
cotton candy machine. Thank you.
And turned off.
Cool.
And what's
Now we're going to get a close-up of this because we want to
Yeah.
see we got a cotton candy, which is just spun sugar, basically.
Yep. And I'm just gonna
Spray it with water, and then it's like,
Oh.
oh, no.
I didn't even get to taste
Oh,
it.
look at it go. It's just it's kind of being consumed. It's turning kind of pink. And oh, let's give it some more water.
Oh.
Oh,
It's the same
That's
thing your
right
tongue does
there.
to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you take that and put it in your mouth, that's just kind of like the water is kind of getting in there and dissolving the
Yeah.
stuff, and it's kind of like slowly, you can watch it, and the edge, it's just kind of like slowly eating that stuff, which is awesome.
Yep. And
That does sound good.
That's
yeah.
awesome. And I think,
So, I have one more
I think
thing
we
to
might,
do with the cotton
I think we're going to move on.
Okay.
Because we're running a little bit slow today, so we'll move on for our next piece, and we're going to look at things in columns water. And Sherry has got this
Yeah.
awesome thing she's going to do with the fish tank.
Well, so if you have a fish tank at home, I'm going to just recommend making a modification to it because it just ends up really cool. So I'm going to start by placing some bricks in there as support. You could find something else to use from home, I'm sure. Kind of neat to watch the air.
Oh yeah, coming out of the bricks.
Yeah, coming out of the
bricks are breathing.
Yeah.
Hold on to your breath, little bricks. You got this. Don't.
So what I'm going to do here is just take this glass container and submerge it so that it's full of water now. Maybe you've tried this in the bathtub before. Take a cup
I
in the bath.
haven't, but I am
Well,
tonight.
yeah. You've got a full night, Brian.
You do.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Well, and
Lots
the
of things
water
to
is
check.
now up above the surface. You've got a column of water that's
that.
higher up than the fish. What?
Doesn't it just seem like it should be impossible?
It does.
Yeah.
It
so
does.
I've got a little ducky here.
A duck friend.
Yeah.
Oh, nice floating
I didn't have
duck.
any live fish to use today. But, you know, something to try at home.
Little duck is floating upside down.
Right there.
Ducks can hold their breath a long time, so the duck is cool with this.
Yeah.
And it's it's at the top of the water column.
Yeah, so it seems impossible, but what's important here is that the edge of my glass jar here is underneath the level of water in the tank. And so you do that at home, and you'll find that
if you lift it up,
if you lift it up above that level.
Whoa!
Little duck.
And the little
Needs
duck.
some air.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, well,
He's
no,
a good
the duck-
Maybe
sport.
later.
The duck's just exploring the lensing properties of the water. The duck is down. And then Cecilia's got a little thing. And Cecilia, we might just show us what you built inside there. So you have a
So-
straw and some paper clips.
And here's what happens when I squeeze
What?
it.
That thing is like moving up and down. Now, is there some air inside that straw?
Yeah, so what you do is you take the straw and you wrap a rubber band around it so that there's air in it. And you weigh it down with paper clips. And then when you squeeze it, it's going to drop.
What? Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Taking a dive.
And so I think when you're putting more pressure, you squeeze that bubble and you make it less floaty. And speaking of floaty, we've got this little thing here.
yeah.
My favorite form of floaty.
This is a big elastic ball, and we put helium in it. And if I, oh yeah.
Oh. Let's see if I can. So instead of helium or air, we put helium in this guy, right?
Which makes this guy just almost not quite floaty.
Oof.
Not quite
Oof.
floaty.
It could have used a little more. You want to send them?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
And then we have hot plates, and we've got this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to suggest that Cecilia walk that gently to the door.
For you, Cecilia.
alrighty.
And Cecilia is going to hand off her microphone to Ty, and we're going to introduce Ty when she comes in. And while we've got a moment to break, I want to say hello to some of the schools who are here, because we've got some school groups. Let's say hi to Kimberly Myrick's class. Hey, Kimberly Myrick's class. Good to see you. Oh, they're all waving back. And Debbie Holman's class is here. Debbie Holman's class. Good to
Hi,
see
Debbie's
you. Good to
class.
see you. And it looks like Christy Zimick is here too. Awesome. We're going to say hello. C. Mulliga and C. Templeton.
Yes.
Good to
Hello,
see
everybody.
you all.
Welcome.
Good to see you all. All right. And now we're going to swap out some personnel, and Ty is going to be joining us here. And I'm going to set Ty up for the first thing which we're going to do. So first, we've got this tray here, and this tray has the same coating on it, that never wet coating that Casey was showing us before.
Yes, it does.
And by the way, this is Ty.
Hello, everyone. Hey.
Good to see you.
All right, so I'm going to take this spray bottle of water, and I'm going to spray the plate, and we're going to see what happens.
Awesome. Let's do it. Oh, man. Those little droplets are kind of like not sticking. And they're
Not at
spreading
all.
out, and then they're coalescing.
Yes. So then I move the plate, and the water moves with it.
Awesome. That is awesome. It's just that coating that won't let the water wet it, and so the stickiness of the water helps them coalesce into droplets. And it looks super, super silvery, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And when we were playing with this, we said, well, how can kids do this at home? And we're going to show you something that you can try. Now, right here, I've got an oak leaf. And on the back of the oak leaf in particular, there is a coating. And we think it helps prevent moisture loss. So it's an oak leaf, and if I spray water on it, you can see it beads up in exactly the same way. And those little droplets of water fall right off the leaf. Basically, this leaf can't get wet. And if I take this container and fill it up with some water, I get a really interesting optical effect. So if I take this container, fill it up with some water, and I put the leaf underwater, what you end up getting is a real silvery look. Get a
Oh,
really,
there
look
it
at that. It's
is.
like a mirror. What? That
amazing.
is awesome. And that is because I have a little layer of air that is trapped at the surface of the leaf, and then when I pull it out,
looks the same.
Bone
Wow.
dry. Bone dry. The leaf, so the back of an oak leaf doesn't get wet. So if you want to try this thing that Ty was doing, this is the season for leaves. So give it a shot. Give it a shot. Now we have Orbeez that we made earlier, and Orbeez are kind of a polymer gel thing, but also a lot of water. And we've got a super hot plate, and Ty is going to show us something with the Orbeez and the hot plate.
So I'm just going to take the Orbeez, I'm going to put them on the hot plate, and again, we're going to see what they do.
Oh, my gosh, look at them go.
that?
Oh, let's go with lots of Orbeez.
All
Orbeez
the
it up.
Orbeez.
Yes.
Orbeez, all of them.
The people demand it. Yeah.
And we can give it a shake.
They're screaming. More Orbeez.
More!
They're dancing and they're
Yeah.
singing. This is like Orby mosh pit right here.
No, they love this.
Awesome, awesome. And the key is this has got to be super, super hot to make this go. Look at them go. Awesome. And so the water makes a little cushion of basically water vapor underneath, and that makes them kind of do that. And then what you might do is hit that switch on that power strip.
Yes.
Awesome. And we can turn that off. Whew, start to
Yeah.
cool down a little bit in here. So water, that silvery layer that we saw, has to do with the optical properties of water. And water is more dense than air. And so when water goes from air, light goes from air into water, or vice versa, you have some bending of light. Sherry's got a demonstration to show us with this.
Yeah, this is a fun one you could just spend hours with. So all I've got here is some water. I'll wait to fill that up. And then I just drew some arrows on a piece of paper, but you could experiment and draw other things. So we're gonna do a close-up here. So you can see the arrows through the cup. Okay. And then watch as I fill up the glass.
What? They're going the other way.
No way.
Oh.
Amazing. So
What's
yeah,
happening?
And sure, if you move it to the side, does it move the other way? Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Oh, that's
Move it
good.
left.
That's good.
goes right.
That is
fun?
very, very good.
So as you play with this, you can notice you move the paper back and forth. You get some magnifying going on. But definitely the flipping direction is fun.
flipping direction
Maybe you
is-
try different letters.
is
Try
the
writing
best.
a note and see what happens to your letters.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then another lensing thing we're going to do. Ty has a container of water right here, and Ty played around with different light bulbs. And if you're going to do this, 1, parental supervision. 2, do not use this with light bulbs plugged into a lamp, you little rascals.
So this light bulb, it's white. You can't really see through it. And so I'm going to put it in the water. And as I put it in the water,
Oh my
you
God.
see there's
Oh my
this
gosh.
clear layer over the white.
What? Look at that. It's like it got bigger.
Shrunk.
Like look
Yes.
that slowly out and then slowly back in again. Whoa, whoa, that is awesome. And I'm going to tip it so it's directly face
All
onto
right.
Patrick there. There we go. One more. Whoa, it gets like super silvery.
It does.
That is awesome. And then you have a couple of other light bulbs you can try.
I do. So this is just a basic light bulb. And then we got this curly one, and I think this one's more cool.
Twisty. Ooh,
Yeah,
that is awesome.
that one's nice.
That is awesome.
And then this yellow one's pretty much the same thing. It's just yellow. And so,
Ooh, I
so
like the
amazing.
yellow one.
yeah, isn't it pretty?
And I'm seeing reflections. If you put that in there, I'm seeing some reflections. Like I see this kind of red thing that I got going on. over here.
Definitely.
And
So
the cotton candy.
It's working like a mirror and the cotton candy machine. Awesome, awesome thing. And that reflection of light between when you have like water and air surfaces like that. Sherry's got a little thing. Can you do the fish tank for us?
Oh,
'Cause I think we
sure.
got to cut to the chase just a little bit.
Yeah. So Ducky's not super important for this one, so we'll just remove the distraction there. So, yeah. So you can see on here. You see a couple characters from Baby Shark
Baby
there.
Shark,
Through the
awesome.
back. So you might say I have 2 creatures in the water, right? That's what you can see.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Do you see any others on the sides?
I'm just seeing the 2.
Not right now, because you can't. Because the way the light is bending, there is actually
Well, and the sharks just disappeared.
yeah,
Ah,
the sharks
now I see
are out of
two
view,
other
but now there's two
fish.
fish on the other side that you
If
just
you turn
couldn't
it
see before.
slightly back towards the original direction, the sharks are gone, and now they reappear.
Wow.
But they disappear for a second there. So I'm getting kind of well, that is kind of cool. That is kind of an awesome thing.
Let me find we've got a whole container of goodies here. So another way to make fish disappear in water. What I did here is I just taped these stickers to the back of the aquarium. So there's nothing else magical going on there. It's just the way the light is coming through the water into the air. This is just a glass container. I've got a little figurine of Nemo here. I'm going to put Nemo in there. And then watch as I dunk him into the water. Okay. And you'll still see him from that angle, but if you are watching from up above, I'll dunk him again. Oh, look. He's gone. We've lost Nemo. Oh, but we found him again.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the movie was that short, right? But here's another way of making him reappear. So I've got him in the jar there, submerged.
Disappearing.
He's gone out of view. There we go. Okay. And if I pour water now into this glass container. Okay,
Nemo.
because Nemo's in water and then submerged in water in an aquarium, there's not that same bending of light. And so that light gets to your eyes and you can see him.
All right.
Awesome.
And now back over to this side of the table, we're going to finish up with a couple of air pressure experiments. So right here, Ty has got this container that you can use to vacuum pack things. And what's inside there, we got some ghost peeps. Let's see if you can get nice in and close on those peeps before you start. Hang on a second. Let's go ahead and let these peeps, I'm going to let some air out. Let's let Patrick get in nice and close on those peeps.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're going to pump the air out of the container. What the peeps are mostly made out of is air. Actually, that's the #1 ingredient. And so if you pump the air out of the container, go for it. Oh, little ghost peeps. They're getting huge.
Look at them go.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. How big will they get? How big will they get? Giant ghost peeps. And Ty is getting her workout.
Yes,
today.
I surely am.
Awesome. And then Ty, I think if we let the air back in, let's watch what happens to the big. Oh! And they get wrinkly. They get wrinkly when they're under pressure. I kind of feel like that about myself sometimes. That's where the wrinkles are coming from. And then Barrington is back. What? Last week, Barrington got a badge, right? Because we sent Barrington across the lagoon.
He's in Bear Scouts. He earned his water sports badge last week. Now he's trying to earn his air sports. So we just put Barrington in a clear trash bag. If you ever need to pack your stuffed animals with you on a trip or your clothes or whatever
Stuffed animals.
Whatever you need.
I know Sherry needs that when she travels.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good way to get them in there. So, Sherry, if you don't
I only
mind.
travel with my biggest stuffed animals. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Barrington!
Barrington. Oh!
There he goes. And if you switch it, don't worry.
Oh.
He does come back to full size.
Barrington comes back.
Barrington will never win Fat Bear Week.
Not this way.
No, not this way.
Awesome. And I think that's going to be, I think Barrington is a grand finale for us every week. That's what we got to go for.
He'll always be here.
A whole bunch of things you can try at home having to do with water and having to do with air. We're going to be back in 3 weeks, and we have an episode we're calling Spooky Science because it's going to be Halloween time. So it's 3 weeks, spooky science time.
Spooky science.
Thanks, everybody.
Awesome.
We'll talk to you then.
Thank you.
Bye.